Hi guys. So, you're probably wondering, why are we looking at this? And we're not, starting Earl. Well, there's a good reason for that. So, let's get to the reason why we're looking at this and not listening to Earl run. So, here we go. Alright, so one thing I didn't realize, guys, is that I have an oil pressure gauge right there. I went ahead and pulled the spark plugs out. So I've been kind of wanting to see if I'm actually generating oil pressure, because I'm kind of concerned because I haven't been able to get any pressure up and out any of the oil feed lines. So we're gonna find out now. So yeah, hold on. I'm not generating any oil pressure. Damn it. It's also spinning really slow though. Battery's probably dead. But if not, I barely did anything. Why would it be dead? Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a possibility. Not even attempted to make oil pressure.
Sure your gauge is good?
Yeah. It worked before. I mean, it spun faster the other day. I wonder if it's just the battery, drained. So, let me try plugging her up and see if that does something. So, we might have a problem. So, it should turn over a lot faster than it is, so y'all can get to hear what it sounds like.
Well, it's going to work normal now.
Oh, that would be great, though. I'd be happy. You can hear it. It's very labored in trying to start, but if you remember earlier when we were starting it, it was spinning over really fast, and I am not generating any oil pressure, as y'all saw just a second ago. So, sadly, that means we may have to pull the motor. I need to check to see why the oil pump's not turning, see if I did any damage to the pistons, or the rods, but yeah, that's a problem, so you can go ahead. Okay, so that means that we literally have to pull everything out of here again. And I know I put everything in there right. I hooked it up. The only thing I could think is that the oil pump has stopped working at this, because I mean, like you said, everything was working fine. I just wasn't generating any oil pressure at all. So the only thing I can think is that I'm like, because I hooked up here. I'm hoping that first, before I do anything, I'm gonna pull the timing cover off, and we're gonna see what that has gotten there. Hopefully, I just didn't hook up the timing or something like that, something stupid. Like, I'm really hoping it was something stupid, and I didn't damage anything, and I can just hook it up. Because I thought maybe the spark plugs were messed up or something, but they weren't. They all were gapped the same, so it feels like none of the the valves aren't doing their one's not stuck open and getting hit by as far as I can tell. So yeah, it sucks. I really wanted to hear it start up today, but now we gotta pull it out. If it ends up being damaged, I'm gonna go get a whole new motor. Not a new one. I'm gonna get one from the junkyard. Let me rephrase that. I'm getting one from the junkyard, and I'm not touching it. As long as it's from a wrecked one. Finding a wrecked one, and that's what it's getting. That's apparently I can't. I mean, this is multiple times. So you accept the defeat. You accept your weak points, and apparently engine building is one of my weak points. I did all the torque and the specs and the degrees and everything, but maybe the oil pump stopped working. It was the OEM one, everything. So anything's possible.
You know what you need? You need a K-series.
Yeah, so we're about to work on that too. So if you're here for that, we're about to start working on that again, hopefully.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know if y'all can tell, but there is oil I mean, I honestly, I can't tell on the camera. It just does not want to focus on it. Come on. Yeah, as you can tell, or not tell, there is oil on this here dipstick. Of course it's going to go away, but it is really challenging to get these things to focus on what you want. But anyways, you saw it drip right there. So, it has, oops, sorry guys there. It has oil in it. And I gotta say, that is some of the cleanest looking oil that should have gone through an engine. Even though I rebuilt the engine, I didn't like super clean the passages and stuff like that. So they should still be, you know, some stuff that's still in there. Not that clean as what we saw. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull all this stuff off. I never put water in the radiator, so that's good. I don't think I have to take the turbos off because they're kind of out of the way. But I do need to take the radiator out and all that good stuff. So I think that's what we're going to do now. I want to take a look at that oil pump and see kind of like what's going on. Because if you remember, the reason why we took it out was I had really low oil pressure. But that was because the O-ring that goes on the pickup tube up to the oil pump was like kind of like kinked and partially out of it, so it was not getting a full seal. So it wasn't. So I'm wondering if because of that, it somehow burnt up the oil pump. Which, I mean, I took it apart and looked at it, and there was no like burn marks or anything like that that would have indicated that there was some sort of damage to it. And there was, like I said, there was nothing that just screamed at me that it was bad. So I rolled with it. Hell, I somewhat think that I may have bought a new one anyways, just to be sure. I'll have to look back and see. But I'm gonna go ahead and pull all this off. I don't know if I have the tool to pull off the harmonic balancer yet, but we're gonna see. I got a lot of stuff to get to before I get to that point, but I might have the tool. I think I bought that tool so I could do that. But let's get to it. Well, so this is what I found. As you can see, everything in here is really, really bone dry. All the way down, even inside the oil pump, as you can see. There is like this vague amount of oil right down here, but that's nothing. I mean, I just turned this thing over. I mean, I get it that it doesn't have the cover on it, but I mean, I just don't think it's generating any oil pressure. I mean, like I said, based on the fact that that's right there. And now, I did do a mod, I do believe, on this here oil pump, to where it's like, I'm sorry, I did do a mod on this oil pump where it's like I think it raised the pressure it would generate. There was something to do with the spring over here in this general area. So it could be that I fucked up something right there. It's very, very good chance of that. So what we're going to do is replace that oil pump. Now, also though, the question is did I mess up other stuff when I kept trying to crank it over and crank it over and crank it over, and it had absolutely no oil pressure. It was not generating anything, because you heard how slow it got and you heard how fast it was. So I kind of think that I might have messed up some bearings in there. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to pull this motor out. For one, I have to pull the motor out just to get to the oil pan off, to get the dipstick, or the pickup tube off, to replace the oil pump. So, yay. Oh, God. Well, guys, I think that's going to do it for this video. I think I've had enough fun today. That sucks. It's all my own fault. You know, I tried to increase the pressure on the oil pump. So what I'm gonna do this time is I'm just gonna buy one that somebody's already done it to, like an actual professionally done one. I think I'm gonna go ahead and buy all new bearings again though, because I'm pretty sure without all that oil. I mean, I did have the lube in there, but yeah, I mean, it was just so weird how weak it got, and the battery was fully charged and everything. So before I pull the motor back out though, I'm gonna see if I can possibly get in there to get that screw loose for the pickup tube and drop it down enough to then replace the oil pump, and then try it again. If it still has issues, then I'm gonna have to pull the entire motor out. And I think what I might do, because I apparently have bad luck with building motors, I think I'm just gonna go to the junkyard, get one that was out of a wrecked vehicle, and just get it in there, because I know it'll run, because I didn't touch it. So I'm so defeated. Alright guys, well, I'll see you guys on the next one.